I think it's working. At least that is. No game sound, but we don't need that. Let me know when you can hear it over there. I'm running commercials again. All right. You guys can hear me now? Yay. We got a picture over there. Everything good? I hope my scene is up because it's not on my end. It says I'm live, but the picture's not showing now. But
Yeah,
hey,
your map's on there.
it is on there? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the show on the road again. How's everybody doing? Restart number one. Basically, I was saying the if you need to get the map exclamation point PV17 V2 or just click on the icon down below. Thanks for viewing. Wow, 96 people to start. That's pretty good. Loving it. Thank you everybody for the hosts. They were flying by. I know tons of names out there. Also, we're going to go over some of the new things that went into the map, what's still yet to come in the next few weeks, and then we'll let you try it out yourself. You can get it out there. We're going to just go around and basically went through. As you know, last week I was on vacation with my daughter here, which was an awesome time. We had a great time, so I didn't get a lot done last week, but this week I jumped in, and soon as I got in, after getting over a computer problem, I was getting random blue screen of death errors every like hour, but I did a lot of work and it's back up and running, so that's a plus. Hopefully it stays that way. And then I got into fixing about 30 plus things that these guys on the server found while I was away. I got back online and working on Tuesday, and those guys had a big list. So we took care of all the little problems that we know of to date, as well as I started adding a few extra things into the map to polish it up. Just the little things. So what is not yet complete is mainly the museum. Is one thing that I'm definitely going to get in. Well, here's my thoughts. Get it out to you guys so you could start playing because the map really is fully functional. It's just needs a few. I have a few other things that I wanted to complete, but they're not going to affect gameplay at all. So that's why we did the release tonight. But you can expect probably in 2 to 4 weeks an update to polish up anything else that you guys find, as well as what my guys might find in between then and now. And then we will send out an update in one of the upcoming shows to get everything else fixed and the last few features in. So you'll notice Big Daddy worked on the train system. He gave us a new engine. And one thing I wanted you guys to know with the new train is if you are in the train and you hit your cameras, you'll get the inside camera, but then you'll get a series of cameras that go back that you can scroll out. So if you're trying to fill one of the further back cars, there's 3 additional cameras on the train. Now, as you notice when I go around this turn, the camera is on the engine itself. That's the way I had to do it. So you're going to swing around, but you can easily swing the camera back left and right to line up wherever you are. But this will help you go through the silos here and get here. Let's go to camera number 2, which starts even further back. But you can see that we're under the grain silo with that car. And actually, right now, camera 2 can almost see the very end of the train. But camera 3, if we zoom that one back, you can see that our tanker on the back is actually under the food silo. So you can view the whole train with each of the individual cameras so you know when you're over the triggers a lot easier, including the couple new carts that Big Daddy made for us. The and thank you there for the host as well. them melted cookie. The melted cookie. You're welcome there, Jordan, David, and everybody that was putting up the nice comments and before we got started here. Thank you so much for all of that. Uh, so, as I was saying, we're going to be getting the museum in the next update with everybody's donations. So, any donations that come through before the end of this weekend, that's going to be my project to start on this week. You can see we got quite a big train there, but lots of cameras that swing way out. Any donations that come in for today, tomorrow, over the weekend, I will be able to get those into the museum as well. And then we'll have that in the big update that's going to be coming. The other things that did not get into, and thank you for the follow as well, Ohio Beezer. I got a list, a whole mess of things that were done, but they're all such small things that it's not really going to be a huge part of the show. And Mouser C444, thank you for the follow as well. Version 2 has over 20 factories, I believe. So for you guys that are new to the map, let's jump into. You need to use the slash key on the question mark to view what you have. Brings up the extra menu. Thanks to the people from the Russian map Kavkaz for the script set that we so graciously took from them. But anyhow, uh, Badzilla, thank you for the host as well. Their warehouses. We have tons of warehouses, as you could see, and we discussed that the little naming system is for what train goes through those places. Train 1, Train 3, Train 1, Train 2, and NA means a train doesn't go through that warehouse area. Our factories, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 23 listed, as well as some other ones that are not actually part of this system but are on the whatchamacallit, the fabric script still running. Can I put a way to change the button to open the PDA thingy? I currently cannot. But anyhow, I think you can probably edit the Lewis script to do it. I'm not sure where. Well, I know it can be done, but it'd have to be done on an individual basis, and we'd have to look at that for you guys to let you know where it is. I just can't remember. I just always use the default. So, well, let's see. We're going to go around. So that was one of the things. The museum's definitely going to get updated. There are stuff like the blocks that are on the map that show like when Home Depot gets filled. Home Depot's working just fine, but I want to have a lot more of the animations and stuff. Grabby, thank you for the host as well. A lot more of the visuals on the places, smokestacks running and stuff on the factories that will come in over time as well. They're just not there yet. Thank you so much, Mouser C444 for the $1 donation. Very much appreciated. So we will get that done in the near future. And really, we had to put a cap on the factories only because if you guys are running on a server, you're going to see that there is one warning in the server log for the map, and that is that the i3D shapes file is too big, which isn't a problem right now, but that's one of the reasons why I stopped adding factories and stuff, because it's just going to make the shapes file bigger and bigger, and it's already over the maximum, well, Giant's maximum size, so remove the train silo storage fee so we can store a lot in train silo near field 71. Train silo storage fees on this map are gone because we're not using the same storage system. So you don't have the storage fees, but you do have upgrade fees if you want to get more put into each of the train silos. I want to go out still back through the map and smooth out some of the train tracks. Never got around to doing that yet. Thank you there, Drade. 0207 for the follow. So it's just little stuff, but we've been playing it and we have unlocked all of the, you can see here, factories that we haven't fully tested yet are just the furniture factory, the Pepsi, the Crystal Steel, and the Shell Fuel because we haven't bought them. So if anything comes up, but they're way down the road. You guys have quite a bit of rating points to get before you'll be able to unlock those with 100. We already have 113, so we could start getting ready to buy that one. 105 and 110, 125. Thank you, X-Man 1971, for your 10-month subscription. I appreciate that so much. You guys don't know how much that helps. I wish that I could say today we had lots of giveaways and stuff, but unfortunately, the bank account is dry. So those things are going to help. I'm actually, you guys helped out. We got the next month or the next year of the Dropbox files paid for when that comes up. I really appreciate that. And then we have to, I still have to get about, somewhere about another $80 to pay for the extra internet that I pay for to get the good, which hasn't been so great lately. So I got to work on that first so I can keep my streams going. And then we'll, hopefully, next release sometime we'll be able to have one of those big parties with all the giveaways. But Big Daddy has a flatbed trailer. I know that. Thank you so much there, Mouser C444, for the subscription as well. Uh, he's his big that's one thing I wanted to mention. Um, I only included the files that changed, and WRT 2547. Thank you so much again for the subscription as well. Uh, if you're looking for some of the files like his flatbed trailer and the latest that we did not release with this map because they're already out there in the world, jump into uh, the PV17, the last map, and find the other files. All I did in this was give you the box truck. We gave you the external accounts mod. Uh, whoops, that was weird. No messages. The external accounts mod is in there, and the map itself. Everything else was previously released and did not need updating. So yeah, just jump down there. Cattle and crops is coming soon. We'll start looking at that when it comes, hopefully, so they say, when that comes out and see what that involves. One of the other things I took care of this week was updated this digital displays, and we reworked the inventories on these so that they hold more. And actually, they're now in English for the what goes in and out at each of the little factories here. Fertilizer production control, so it shows that silt manure. The display's limited. It will also take uh, compost in here as well, but silt and manure goes in there. So all those displays have been, as well as the names of the places are actually in English now, so you can understand what they do. So it's just a lot of those little things that are coming along, and we'll be adding them in, getting them going for you guys in the next few weeks. And we took care of just tons of little things, mostly just visuals. Thank you there, Big Hoss, for the
Thanks for your hard work once again.
thank
Nice
you.
playing with everyone.
Yeah, we'll have to get you back on because our server is very slow. It's just been we've been very in and out lately, doing a lot of different things. So yeah, I'll get hooked up with you and get you back on here if you want to play a little bit. We'll actually probably going to be at some point, now that the map is almost finished, we're just probably going to open up our server to some of our longtime listeners just to get some action around here and have more people around and just have fun. I'm going to get back to playing a little bit, which I haven't done in a long time. So, as time permits, that's the thing. I spend an enormous amount of hours. I can't drive this truck in the grass. I keep spinning around, working on the maps, and now I'm gonna take some of that and play instead of work for a little while. We're still gonna be working, always working on some project here or there, but you know what? For the past, let's just drive backwards. It works better. For the past, what is it now? 3 years. It's been equivalent to, oh my gosh, I couldn't even tell you how many hours. More than two regular full-time jobs, and at this point I need to get myself a regular full-time job, if, or at least try to get something. So it's going to cut back a little bit and not be as crazy for the upcoming. We'll always be here and always doing stuff. It's just going to be a little bit, probably a little bit longer between projects, and tweaking some of the projects we have, or maybe working on some smaller ones in the process. But I'll be still doing my ARC mods. We'll check out cattle and crops when that comes out, and all that fun stuff. So don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Just that the amount of hours that have been putting into this crazy stuff has been uh, unreal. So it's going to cut back just a little bit. Let's go over to. They're all on shooters, Overwatch players. Yeah, a lot of Overwatch players. Which is the factory? The key wasn't it in River? Yep, same key as in. Oh, it's no. It's on the question mark key. Just hit the slash on the question mark key on the English US keyboard, and that will bring it up. So let's see. I'm going to slow my train down. Trains are a pain in the butt. I'm going to see what. Let's see what we have. So Dan's farm with all this crazy stuff. Let's see what he has. He's probably watching, so he won't mind me doing this. I'll give it back to him when I'm done. So if we go to warehouses, is his the Evans farm, I think? 50,000 fuel. I wanted to show you guys that if you jump back a few trains, and yeah, I'm not a mod person, so trains, as far as I am with them, not my thing with the cameras and stuff. Big Daddy might adjust them a little better next time around. So I'm going to just back up to where we load up here and see if I can get the start filling and steal some of his fuel. Uh, Not yet. We should be able to. Oh, you know what? I don't know if we could actually steal fuel from him. Other than I know we can load it in, but I don't know if we could take. That's one of those things I never tested. Let's see if we can take fuel out of his. Probably not. We should be able to, but we'll get that in. I know we could definitely fill the train with fuel and then drop it off at the. Oh, that's the silo part. Let me see if that works. Back it up. Yeah, I don't think I put it on the silo. I just put it on the fill part. So you can't steal. You can't steal fuel from other people's factories, others' farms. But I think we'll make it so we can do that. We can go around and load fuel from one farm to another. I just got to put so. Those are the types of things. They're not game breaking right now, but we'll get them in. Farm Sim Mac,
You're
thank
the
you
best.
for the
Very
$30
helpful.
donation.
A asterisk 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 B.
Well, I'm sorry to piss off your wife, but hey, I appreciate it. So it definitely loads from the fuel company. Once you buy it, you could actually buy fuel from the fuel company. Which train is this? Let me see. This is one, two, three. Train three. Let's head over to buy some fuel, and we can show you how that works with train three over at the Shell. Another thing we did is added some more accessibility, so now you can jump on the train to bring sand and gravel to Piev's concrete factory, as well as We added milk into a few sell points so that you could sell milk directly, not necessarily needed at Borden. Did that as well. We added a digestate sell point up at the right agribusiness farm. You can sell your digestate that you get extra. So just like I said, tons of little things working out the tiny stuff, making it more user friendly, and we'll definitely get there eventually. Where and that's what it's going to be about for the next month or so with this, anyway, is just seeing where you guys want improvements as now that it's out there, and getting the improvements in and making things, finding the now that we have it out there in the masses, what things irk people the most, and trying to nail those down as we're enjoying playing it together at the same time. So shell is right there. In order to put a cell point on the track, we moved right up at the top of the hill, just above shell. And I'm gonna buy some fuel, even though I'm not rich. It won't let me spend, I think, more than I never did this on the server. Is Dan there? I'll let him decide. I'm not gonna touch that because I don't know if we have. Well, do we have oat flour? Let's check. Warehouses. Nope, factories. I want factories. I'm not used to playing. Uh, Flour factory. Where is it?
No, cancel, cancel.
Okay, it didn't go. All right. I haven't been on the server. I didn't know if we had any in stock or anything. Beat me. It disappeared before I got it. All right. Let me jump back a couple cameras here and see where we are with the. So you can see how this works. I've got 17,000 in game. I'm going to grab a little bit of fuel over here. And I just realized something. We can make a fuel fill up point for the quarry too. Whoa. The train is so easy to drive over triggers because of the weight, but we'll back it up. You could see it went by. So I'm going to buy myself just a quick bit of fuel because I'm probably the poorest person on the server. We'll back it up into the box and then start filling. There. I grabbed 2,000 fuel and we'll bring that over to my farm. My FPS on the map right now is 60. I'm running 60 pretty much everywhere we go. I'll drop to the 40s at some points, but I'm doing pretty good, and I have it capped at 60. So there you go. It dropped a little bit. And thank you there, Clincy, for the $25 donation. So much appreciated, Clincy. Longtime supporter. Really appreciate all the guy that you guys have done to keep this going and keep me going. I'm telling you, it's been a lot of fun over the past couple of years. So frame rates, we got quite a bit going on the map, and we're still, I got a pretty decent PC, but I'm also running everything on high, and I don't watch them because it's depressing sometimes. No, but if you need to downgrade some of your stuff to get all this stuff in here, we took the log trailers off the trains just because with everything that's on this map on the server, nobody used them. We had a little vote going in here. They're easy to add back in if somebody wants to figure it out. Just got to copy lines into the train 1, 2, and 3 XML files. But it was just that we didn't use them, and on servers with so much going on, dragging logs around the map, it tends to get a little bit laggy. So we just have them not on the train. So here we go. I'm on the unload spot with my trailer, and I can offload that fuel that I just bought into my farm. Pretty awesome. Pretty easy to do, and you got the cameras to help you do that. And which one is my first camera? It's right here. I just got to swing it around because I was looking backwards. External accounts mod is finished, and here we have to discuss one thing with the external accounts mod that's recommended for servers. It's in that folder, Everything has been tested and working 100%. The only thing you guys need to know is you have to, when you install it on your server, now I hope you guys are all following this, run the server, go in, save your game, shut down the server, and restart, and then it will activate. The first time you need to save and then restart the server for it to kick in and take effect, or that first time you will lose some money. So make sure you put it on your server, run it, go in, save the game, exit back out, shut down the server, restart, and you are good to go from that point on. So, very important to remember to do that, or you're going to be lost. Whatever you lose that for in between that time and your first save is going to get lost. Any transactions. That is just a little thing that happens, but once it goes, you are good to go. And we've been 100% working fine since, and that's the way it was in PV15. We just forgot about it. Uh, that needed to be done as well. And then once we remembered, everything started working. So down here at this train station, and I'm going to bail out, the garages that are the big hangars, that is going to be where we'll be loading the pallets from this big train station eventually. So you can use them to store vehicles right now, but when we do an update, here, jump over. Well, maybe the train will keep going by. I'll have to walk around it. When we get to the next update, those will have the visuals of what's in this location storage down the sides, as well as the functionality to drive a truck through and release the pallets, just like the old warehouse did on PV Rivers. But right now they're currently empty and you can park vehicles in. When we do that update, you're just going to have to move the vehicles toward the middle because you'll still be able to drive through. We're just going to use down the side, probably not even overlapping the door too much, down the sides of each of these. One will be the goods warehouse, one will be the foods warehouse, and one will be the grains warehouse. And we'll have some visuals of what's stored in each of these. So that is to be coming in the future as well. And then you could still park vehicles down the middle after that's done as well. So just keep that in mind. We'll remind you that when it gets there. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all that has to come in right now. Some more help. I didn't want to go too crazy because a lot of these factories are pretty self explanatory on the help. Uh, as you're playing the map, the findable objects that are out there, while we're on the subject, have all been replaced. So we can't get them because they already found all the crappy ones that I originally had set up. But you guys are going to find much better usable equipment. I think there's 9 or 10 pieces. I don't have an exact count, but go out there. You'll find a couple of the HDK trailers. Manever
Well, that'll
5,
work.
thank you so much. I think that will do it for my next year's internet costs. That's awesome. I think that pretty much got me over the top. So thank you so much for that, everybody. That's awesome. $50 from Manever 5. So we'll be able to stream for another year at the with the without. I basically live in my sister's house, if anybody doesn't know, and I told her I would pay for the upgraded internet, and that is what I have to do now. And it comes around every June. For 1 year, I just pay the difference between the 1.5 megabytes per second upload speed and the 5 megabytes. So PV15 is ready. Yeah, PV17 V2 is out there. Uh, we may find some more landscape things throughout this city. We always find them. There's a lot of work that has to be done flattening, but I took care of the big ones that were pointed out to me this week, and the museum, those donations as well as everything. So if you guys were wondering what the museum is for all there's a lot of people out there, a lot of new people. And by the way, Racing Rick, I got your message. We'll hook up with you just to let you know. These signs and everything definitely have to be updated see who get, and we're gonna get the memorial in here for Get Her Done Farm All Night. Dedicate this map to him, but we'll see if anybody else has a new place in the museum. But the donation rooms, anybody that's donated, what is it? Thernadad was a big donator. The biggest of all, Pievs, who's on our server now as well. Not because he donated, but he's a really nice guy. Uh, he's been up to 2,000, and he's been around so long, and he's been a huge help to the team. So that's how you get in here. It's loyalty and just helpfulness. That's what we bring in. So there's going to be some of you that I'll get in contact with and get back here. Uh, and some we have quite a few people that are just it's a come and go type of thing. Everybody has real lives, but we realize that sometimes we get where we could use a few extra people on the server to fill in. So these guys up here, plus many, many more, have been donated over $100 and up to 500. And then if you have 500 or more, they get a room or a floor section uh, in their honor, and we do that from and this is all going to be updated next time with all the donations that have come in since like last June. I think it's about a year, so a lot of these have got to change, and a lot more rooms may be opening up, but we'll keep the museum for going for the next map and get everybody in their respective places. And there's so many new people that need to come in here, so these rooms are going to fill up quite a bit. I have to tabulate all the donations you guys have sent in from, oh, I don't know, the date is saved on my little PDF file. It's been a long time and so many people, but the silver donation room is 25 up to $99.99. We had to open up a second one of those already. We might have to make silver plaques up above eventually, but the museum still has lots of room, and that will be coming. There's only one download site right now for this. The best way to get it is to go to here, click on the link on my Twitch stream. We'll get this in our forums in the near future. Uh, any other ones? The reason why we do that, like I said, is I can support and help you guys and the people on our forums. Click on our forums down below. We'll get the support section set up for the V2 version at some point. It was kind of a last minute decision to put it up here today because there's still a few things. But ask questions in our forums if you need help. That's the problem with, and I know it'll end up in other places, and I don't mind. But if you're looking for the latest updated files, like I'm going to make some changes to some of the mods and tweaking and the latest, it's always got to be here because I can't look around and post. I mean, it's such a busy process that we got to keep one place. Come back here to the Twitch stream or to our forums, which you can get to on our website link that's down below, and you can find all the information that will be here first. Any place else you get it is just not necessarily going to be kept up with because it's crazy. You will not have to wipe between any updates here. This is not version 1 of the map. It's all new, so you will have to start again. You could actually have 2 games going. It's named differently, but anything that comes in the future, because all the workings are in the map, it will not have to be updated. I know Big Daddy's working on he's going to work on those print screens that are in there. Thank you for the follow there, Cousin Vinny77. So he's going to work on his print screens to get him out of the external accounts mod. We'll tidy some things up a little bit. That's what it's all about. We're going to do another round of optimization. So your file size right now is 1.33 gigabytes on the map, and I have done some of the optimization work, but it's going to need one more round. Thank you so much for the host there, TJ2695 as well. So it'll run better as time goes on too. We're going to optimize the files. I did not do which is a long time consuming process of weeding out the duplicate images, and I know there are several in there, so that will come as well. So if your computer's a little bit sluggish running it at first, give it some time, wait for the, wait till the next month. I mean, we run pretty good. It's running pretty darn awesome. I am on our server right now, but it's going to get better from this point on because we got some optimization work to do. Remove some duplicate graphic files that are in the map, just clean up things so it loads up a little bit quicker and that sort of thing. So, and other features will be coming in, just minor things. We might find more access for the trains for some of the factories, make some more access routes. But other than that, it's not going to change your save games from this point forward, so you guys can go ahead and run it, you know, run it and have fun with it, and we'll just keep an eye on it. Let's keep making it uh, so it's the best it can be before, we go on to. That's the way I feel right now. I'm gonna play it a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm just driving around to kind of get an idea. And thank you there for the follow there, Farm Sim Mac. Uh, I'm just driving around to make sure I didn't leave it in FAA. Oh yeah, FAA Nutter with a bunch of X's in the middle. Thank you so much for the follow. Go for it, Thomas. You got a question? I'm here to answer it if I can. Uh, so anyhow, lots and lots of little things to just tweak and make sure everything gets a little bit better. You know, nothing major going in, but just more visuals on things, that type of thing. And where we find the little errors, might be a bump in the road here or there. There is no road where I am right now, but or annoyances that we find out about that we might be able to address, and we'll just keep working on it until it's completely polished, and then we'll move on from there. So we've got indicator markers around the map. Distance textures, not all of them are done, but I've worked on several of them so that they blend a little bit better on most of the crops, as you could see. I did notice that there was one that was really off still, but 99.9% of them are looking pretty darn good as you drive by. Basically, if you're not sure what I mean about the distance textures, it's that blurred texture that you get in the distance where it's not actually rendering the crops, but they're better. I mean, they're not 100% perfect, but you could see the blurred texture, and as we get closer, they much more match the color of what's going on the field than they did in the past. And that's specifically noticeable. If I go to my farm, I should be able to show you the one of the ones that was really bad. Here, let me do some farming while I'm talking. Uh, was millet, the fully grown texture in the distance. We'll be able to see it better on the top of the hill, but it definitely blends much better than it did before. This was one of those ones that was just way off. So it's visuals making it look right. Still some more to go, but it's not going to affect anything. And I'd like to go through the grain plane images and make them sized a little bit better at some point. So over the next coming weeks, for probably the next month, I'm going to still be working on this and polishing it. But you see how we've got a little bit more matching color in the distance on this field than it did before. It was that lighter color, so blends in a little bit better. Yeah, we've got tons of those little things that are just visuals to make it look a little bit better, but it's going to be fully functional. Not going to change a thing. Did Thomas ask his question? Okay, is there a way that you can put all the trains on one line so that each train hauls something different like they are in a switchyard? No, not at this point. Uh, there, if we put them on the same line, we'd have to add uh, several more trains, and right now we're getting pretty darn close with file size, and it'd be a lot of extra work. You and that's the point. You can get any product because all the trains are connected all the way around the map. You can get any product on the map to any train station because one goes into another that goes, so you have to use the warehouse places as storage points, but then you could bring the next train in and pick it up to get to any of the places on the railways. And that's the way we did it. So yeah, you might have to do some transfers in between trains, but they can be done. Every rail I can get to any of the railroad stations by using the train system and just jumping from one to the next. So they're all connected. One goes to three, one goes to two, two goes to three in a kind of a loop in the three main stations, the North Station, the East Station, and the South Station are each have two trains and they all connect together in one big circle. Instead of small seed and fertilizer production, have you considered making a large factory for seed and fertilizer production? I have, but at this point, I'm leaving it the way it is for now. Um, the problem with that is we would have to. We actually have. I've gone back and forth on this a lot. Number one is it's really nice to have fertilizer and seed production on both sides of the map because it makes it easier for the farms that are on this side to go down the hill and the farms that are on the other side, let's cut across the crops here just for the fun of it. The farms that are on the other side to go to the other. So having two of them is really good. That's number one. Number two, reason number two why it hasn't been done is that in order to do it, we would definitely have to go to one central location and make one because we would need to still have three more additional factories in order to do it, or we would have to combine them. But the biggest issue of all is I was thinking about putting them into this menu with the rest of the factories. But the fabric script allows us to have several inputs in one uh, factory. See, here we have all the inputs that go into making wheat bread, for example. It takes four products, but and for other examples like the concrete, it takes sand, gravel, water. We can have a second line that does sand, gravel, water, coal. But the way that the fertilizer factories and the seed factories work is it allows you to put in several different types of grain, not just one, as and several different types of either the manure, the silt, the uh, the compost. Three, they all count as one product, and this script set doesn't allow for that. So if we were to create a standalone place, we would have to say, okay, all seed has to be made with wheat as the grain, and instead of being able to take both lime and fertilizer to make the seed, we would have to choose just one. So it can't go into this factory system, therefore it would have to stay in the fabric script system, which it currently is. And that could be done as well. And maybe we might do something down in the future. What I really wanted to do, though, is get a transport place so that those are on the train system. So it's a possibility down the road, but at this point, it's not a huge concern. It works out pretty well for those of us that have been playing. If you're playing single player, I get it. It might be more of a hassle having two places, one on each side of the map, because you're probably only going to want to run one. And at the beginning, because I know I've gotten to that point on single player myself. And yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. So I get where you're coming from, but it's a balance thing on how I want things to work. So still up in the air what I might end up doing. I might come up with a better idea, or somebody out there might. But one of the big issues is we can't now that I release this, we cannot take away what's here. We could only add, and that's another, or it'd be a whole new version because it'll corrupt save games. So you're kind of stuck with what it is right now. The truck. Good question. Let me see uh, if I can get the truck in there, the Volvo, into that box because you do need the Volvo, and I don't know where it came from. Uh, I'm gonna look at that right now for you guys, off on my side monitor while you're listening to me. I am going to pull up my Dropbox here. I'll move this over here so you don't see anything just in case you watch my desktop. I'm gonna grab it off of our server if I can find it. The AR Volvo. There are other AR stuff out there. That's another thing. I didn't get a really good. Yeah, I think it's NC Raiders, and I love NC, and I didn't want to step on his feet by putting all his stuff over here, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him about that yet. So go visit his site, but I will. I hope he'll understand if he's out there. Get the box truck in of his over here because things that I don't change, uh, that's basically the way it works. I don't try to take somebody's just to copy it and give it unless I have to. And in the past, we've had to edit a lot of mods, but we've got so many people like NC out there uh, that are working to help our maps and stuff that they make sure things work. We don't have to do as many edits anymore. So I'm looking to drop that in once I find where I put the darn folder. I don't want to drop it in the wrong folder. So I'm grabbing that right now. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I just had it. Why didn't it copy? And we'll put it over there for you guys so you can get that if you don't have it already. And that is uploading right now. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash trying to do. My stream may be skipping for. Ah, that should be good. Looks like it's already done because it was already up in a Dropbox folder. So yeah, because there is the link to the NC Raiders mods. Yeah, get those there because it will bring more functionality to this stuff, and it's some pretty cool stuff. NC Raiders does a great job, and the box truck can go right on there. Works out really well. So that is why I didn't put a lot of mods. I know there's probably stuff that I missed in there too, but you guys, uh, that's why you got to come back next week. We'll keep you caught up to date. I will be doing my weekly shows, getting everything figured out that you guys are missing, and either finding out where you need to get it or finding out that we need to update it. So, one of the other points needs to be discussed. Wool pallets are done differently this time around. Let me see if I can go there. Oh, wrong button. Go to my farm. Because, well, actually, I don't actually have to jump there to find out if I have any sheep wool. I have very little, 922. So I can't create a pallet at this point. But here's the deal with the sheep wool thing. You'll be able to load a pallet right here just by clicking. Once you have 2,000 liters, it will create a pallet down at the farm. They don't show up automatically. They go into storage. There's actually a silo there. What I can show you if I have... Is there a box truck on the server? There might be. I'll have to check if anybody's bought one yet. Otherwise, uh, Okay, thanks, Dan. You're awesome. I don't care what they say about you. Do you have a vehicle I could drive it around with? Is there a Volvo around?
Yes, I got one around. It's inside of one of my small uh, barns.
All right. Oh, well, I'm here, so I'll see if I can find it. Because it's is this it, the blue one? It looks like it.
Yeah, it's right in front of you.
All right. I'll take it for a spin. Boy, you really should clean this thing. So anyhow, uh where was I? Yeah. So wool can be loaded onto the box truck currently. It's another one of I'm driving right over his field. I don't care. He lets me borrow his equipment. It's a good thing we don't have damaged crops on because I have no respect. Just drive right over the middle of it. Uh, you can toggle on and off damaging of the stuff on the field in the menu too, with all the settings there. But anyhow, wool can be picked up in the box truck, where you normally can pick up wool. But here's the problem you guys got, which we will rectify in the very near future. There's two things. Number one, the box truck will need an update because we don't actually have a plane for it on the box truck, but it does have the ability to carry it with the default Bally Kino plane that we had on there, ball or whatever that map is. So I will get a nice little skin for the wool eventually on the box truck. And really, right now, there's nothing to do because you can't sell it with the box truck. You can only drive it around and store it. And I don't even know if we have wool storage yet, so that's got to come. But we have to get some additional sell points that the box truck will take. You can deliver it to the textile plant with the box truck, and that's about it right now because the textile plant does have both triggers. Other than that, if you want to just sell wool at one of the wool sell points right now, they are currently pallet only accepting, but we will get that fixed in a later update. Just something to remember. Box truck good for delivering wool to the textile plant, and we will update the box truck in the future with a better skin for it, but it will not sell off yet at the other sell points for selling wool. Does anybody know why when I download PV17 V2 it came up as invalid? I have no idea. It may be that is what crop is that? Coffee. Coffee needs a texture fix. That is one of the ones that I was discussing. We're still going to be working these out, but notice how as we drive away from coffee, it has the wrong texture there, and it's kind of messing. Oh man, I'm gonna get my. This is like I did this in World of Tanks once with a tank, and I blocked my whole team from crossing a bridge, and oh man, they yelled at me so bad. Yeah, I'm not allowed to drive anymore. Let's try this with the steering wheel. It works a little better. Driving around with a steering wheel in front of me and not using it. I don't know why I'm using the keyboard. Just because. Clear your downloads and try again. Yeah, I've never had an issue getting them, but I don't usually get them that way. So talk to these guys. That's another reason why. Get help on our forums for this stuff. We have people there that will answer you that are not me so I can keep working. I really do apologize. I don't get back to a lot of the messages that are out there. And that's just, you know, let's put it this way. When I started, it was a lot easier because I didn't really try to keep to a time schedule to keep things pumping out for you guys. So I could just do things as they deem necessary. But now we're doing so much and so much more complicated stuff. And it's really mostly done by myself keeping all this stuff together that I do rely on a lot of the guys in the community to answer those questions because we've got so many followers. I remember you guys remember the days. What do we have? 100 people on the Twitch stream, and I just checked today. It's almost I think 1,600, 1,700 followers on. Amazing, but almost 2,000, well over 2,000 people on the Facebook page. And with all those outlets trying to answer all the questions, it's best to come here and ask me once a week. Oh, I just went down the wrong road. I can't drive when I talk, but the AR truck in NC Raiders pack. The link is above. I just put just the Volvo in the Dropbox, but you can get it from NC Raiders. It should be up there for you guys to download by now. Uh, that is the box truck you guys need to use. There's one of those distance textures that needs to be worked on, and again, that's the coffee. So it matches in the distance. I still have some to go through, but I cleaned up quite a few of them. So, where was I? Yeah, we're heading over to find the sheep farm, and I am just driving all over the place looking for it. I think it's down this way somewhere. If I remember correctly, we gotta go down past the pig farm and keep on going down to the sheep farm. Yeah, try it by itself. It might work out better, especially the map. It's huge. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna give you an idea. This will take over what very little wool is in there over to the textile plant, just to double check, because I haven't actually checked it, but I rely on what other people say. So if I drop back here and drive over to this place, I got the wool pallet notification, but I also get the start filling. You'll notice we have wool in the box truck, and it is going to have a nice Pleasant Valley skin on it eventually. It does not right now, so we'll take care of that in an update, but you can also spawn the pallets over there.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much there, Can HLR. Canler, however you want me to say it. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. I super appreciate that. And yeah, that's really awesome. You guys are great. You have been for the past few years. I really appreciate it. Makes it worth coming here just to hang out with you guys, too. Well, most of you. There are a couple. No. A word of warning, the one you download from Grabby's Dropbox does not use the same attacher type as what the box trailer uses since I swapped attacher types out a while back. I am pretty sure that our box truck, which Lars on our server set it up for me. I think it has both, but that's just so people don't get confused. I think it has both attachers on it, but yeah, it'll work. Definitely use NC Raiders stuff because that's the better one. Just to keep you up there. So we're gonna go over and see if this wool will go into the textile mill. I think it should. If not, you'll have to. I know it definitely takes the pallets. I just haven't tested. Dropping off wool over there. But I think I got the trigger there. And if it doesn't, then why do we even put it on the box truck? Now we'll get some triggers at the sell points and some wool storage, and when we do the next big update, we'll get wool into the warehouses as well. So you guys will be able to take it from the sheep farm and put it in storage. Not that you ever have a lot of wool. That's why I really didn't worry about it yet, because who has enough wool to store it when you got the textile company opened up? And unless you're running a million sheep, It would be kind of crazy to have that much wool. So we'll pull in. Now, here's one of the things. It's to me, we have these places pretty well marked on the buildings. I'm not going to put help icons on unload here. Oh, wait. We got to get, let's get out of the multiple triggered. Let's back in so we're in the right trigger. That's cotton. That's why it's not unloading. Wool is here. But there buildings like this that have it pretty well labeled on what goes where. I don't think it's necessary to have little green arrows everywhere. So I'm not gonna worry about it. But I'm gonna wait and see what you guys have a hard time finding and add some more help in where needed. I have my, oh geez, that's a bug. That's my default one. It's not hidden underground. You guys will see it. Dump coal here. It's under the road. I didn't know you could see it from up above. Don't dump coal there, but that's the one that I been using to duplicate as I go around the map. So yeah, just a little word in the middle of the road. Missed it completely. I'm gonna bring Danny his box truck. 250 pallets of wool. Yeah, you guys are insane. Badzilla is insane. The Russian raised wool sheep. Big Daddy, you're a piece of work. That's another thing. Big Daddy, if he's listening, I don't know if he's listening, but he's working on the uh, semi trailer that will haul our products as well. The one, so I know he's got it pretty much working somewhere, but we'll leave that up to him to release in a future broadcast. Maybe we can get him up to it by next week. Get that out there for you guys, unless he already released. I have no idea where it is, but I know he mentioned he was doing that. So we'll keep an eye out for that. The semi trailer, as well as other stuff. It is ready for download. All right. Flavor text. There you go. So yeah, we'll fix up all those little things and keep it going. But it's very playable. You guys will get a lot of use out of it. I've got to finish up my distance textures as I drive around. I see there's more that I haven't got to than I thought, but some of them look really good, like that one there, but the one back there, not quite the same. So we'll keep working those out and just polishing everything up. But we are at a maximum file size. Well, we're over what they recommend for the maximum shapes file, and that would mean taking buildings and stuff out or starting to eliminate things to get more stuff in. Down the road, maybe we'll look at, which is a good reason probably to, that's now that I'm thinking, because my mind, goes in a million ways at a time. But now that I'm thinking about it, that would be a really good reason to shift to one fabric script factory for seed fertilizer, that one big building that can do all that stuff rather than the multiples that we have, because it will cut down on the resources and the items that are on the map, the number of shapes, and give us a little bit of overhead maybe to work with to get something else in. Because I had some really great ideas, just didn't have the uh, overhead to do them yet, and the patience. So I don't know where he wants his box truck. I guess I'll put it right in his garage over here somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure out where he has open bay. Make a refrigerated one. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be cool though. Now that it's out there, we've got so many awesome people working on mods and stuff, that a lot of people using the map. It's going to be fun to see what comes out now. Uh, Speaking of which, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to drop that here, fill his garage up. He paid for it, he owns it. Put his truck back over here. Speaking of which, as you notice as we drive around, the PDF or PDA, not PDF. There is no PDF file yet. Uh, Not that there will be. If you need instructions, go to the PV. Thank you,
Thanks for the
2cat5954
map.
for the $10 donation. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Uh, your cedar empties. You have to empty it at the cedar thing, but we'll show you that in a minute at the cedar thing. That's really not going to help you too much. Uh, Let me go back to my farm. We'll go over that. I was saying where was my mind? All right, now that it's on the seed thing, it just left me behind. It goes in so many different directions because I got so much stuff that I just am thinking of while I'm talking. I don't rehearse this stuff. Who rehearses? So, uh, backside of seed building, yeah, opposite of where you fill. It should be marked if you got the little green arrows turned on. You gotta offload it over there. And I was talking about something else. Anybody want to help me out there? I'm up for help anytime. Yeah, maybe not. We'll just go back down here and see if we can figure it out. But I really wish I could remember what the heck I was talking about. It would be a big help. Oh, the PDA. Yeah, the map. Thank you. PDF. See, oh, you could have just said three letters. This map has not been updated yet. And to tell you the truth, you don't see the factories. They're labeled, but they're not visible. I did not do it. That is because now that the map's released, it's in our forums. I keep forgetting who did it. Was it Bulldog that did it? I can't remember. But man, somebody did a much better job than I could ever do. And if somebody wants to volunteer to do a much better job than I will ever do on our our PDA map, I will get it into and give them credit for it down in the corner or whatever. We can put a map by type thing just above the little indicator down there. But I suck at it. That's all there is to it. So when I do it, you're going to get a screen capture and dropped in like this one here. Uh, we'll go over that stuff with you as well. So how do you buy factories? Let's see. We'll run through some of that stuff because it's been a while. All right, so basically it's pretty well labeled over here if you have your green arrows turned on that on this side you fill your seeders, on the back side you unload your seeders to put your seed back into storage. And that's the way you have to change your crops in your seeders. Offload at the farm, then reload it with the seed type you want to have in there. That's number one. Buying factories. First off, you'll notice if I pulled up the X, that's the shift key and the question mark key. Shift, holding the right shift and then the question mark, you pull up this menu here. We have a lot purchase, but to give you an idea, it tells you that you need the price of each of these plus the rating needed. So you can see that this one here needs a rating of 100 to purchase. Ratings. Completed missions are 1. If you fail one, it goes -1. Completed contracts. Purchase licenses. So a tree license. Every time you purchase, we purchase 17. You get 2 points per tree license. Cows owned. For every, looks like 20 cows, you get a point. So pigs owned, sheep owned. I don't know how many sheep you need to get a point. Threshed area gets you points. And owned objects, fields, and like, gets you points. Time played in hours gets you points. 536 hours for 26 points. Coin deals and then illegally felled trees take away points. We have 3 of those. But that's what adds up to your total points that will unlock the ability. And it starts off with Black Cap is only 10 points to unlock, so you only have to do a couple things. And it works its way up in all the way to Shell Fuel, which is 125. That is part 1 of doing it. Once you have enough points, you can put in the offer, but then you have to wait until to see if it's accepted or declined. I'm going to head over and show you guys where that part is done. The accepting and placing your offers and all of that fun stuff, just so you know how it's done. Now, if you're doing this on a server, you're going to want to have it done logged in as admin and turn off individual accounts and then place your offers for your factory sales from the admin menu so that all the money comes out of the server and that it doesn't. And I'm pretty sure on a server it actually is required to log in to do the factory purchases. I'm not 100% sure. Anybody with enough money might be able to do it, but then it would take money from everybody and put a bunch of people. So we recommend for server play, just have the money on the server, shut off individual accounts to everybody, buy the factory or place the bid, and then it'll deduct the money and you'll see if you win. Yeah, if you win it when they give it to you later on. It only takes fertilizer out. You should be able to do the seed as well. I know it works because you might have to move around on that side a little bit. The triggers are there to empty both of them. And maybe my marker's a little bit misplaced, but I thought it was the same one. It probably empties one before the other, but they definitely will empty both of them there, 0 for Paul. Let me check. I'll swing by one up here and we'll take a look at where the triggers actually are on our way out and get you an idea with the F5 menu. If you have developer controls on, that's another reason why we're here, to help you guys out. And if there's issues of people finding these things out, we'll try to make it a little bit easier to understand. But it's just going to take you a couple minutes to get used to it. It's all new stuff. So we'll turn on the triggers system. You can see they're laid in. All right, so this side here, one of them is back here. The seed or the fertilizer one is just behind the other. So I should probably separate that. You got unload seed and fertilizer storage, but the triggers are right. One's back here. You can see the box I'm in, and the other one is right here. I'm guessing this would be the fertilizer. Back up a little bit for your seed toward the middle, right in front of the seed pallets right there. That's the visuals to go by. You can see the trigger system. So it's just a little bit behind. I probably have to set up unload fertilizer here. I should, and then put a unload seed one back behind it. But I just used the one that was already preset and dropped it in there. Yes, Farm Sim Driving, Viper. I learn everything from him. All right, so that is number 1. Let's go over here to the new little strip mall. It's been updated a little bit. Now, if you notice on the signs out here, we have Big Sky Contractor, Remax Real Estate, and Tim Hortons, which is just because I did that for Doc. He always wanted Tim Hortons in the map. Right now it's just decorative. But if you come over here to this one, and we're actually on the north side of the map. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. If I can hit the right button. We are up here in this area, right in this city near across from 74, basically northwest corner of the map. Once you're up there, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I want to shut this down. You will see that there's Tim Hortons in the corner, looking good. You can stop in for coffee, but we already have enough coffee places on the map. Uh, no problem. Maybe we'll make it a sell point. I wanted to make it a sell point, but it's kind of so close to the other box icon that we'd have to make you drive up pretty close to sell coffee there, you know? Or maybe we could do it out back. What do we have out back at Tim? Oh, we could put the sell point right behind here at this garage door. We'll make Tim Hortons a sell point for coffee products. That'd be kind of cool. No, no Starbucks. We got enough coffee places. That was just for my good friend Doc. So Big Sky Contractors Remodel and Construction is where you can go and you can see any of the factories you own. You can increase the production by going here and just clicking on it and paying the price. It also, your maintenance price is going to go up, but you can upgrade how fast it produces to liters per hour by coming to this little place. Also, you have your silo upgrade capacities, and I can show you that if I tried to do mine, I can for upgrade it to 3 million for $1 million. Regular maintenance is 200 per day. If I click on it, it's going to tell me I don't have enough money. If I had enough money, it would take it from everybody. But the thing is, uh, it would then tell me it has to be emptied. So that is where all your upgrades, and right down here at the Remax Real Estate Agency is where you can put in your bids for your factories or to buy your additional garage storage. So you have garage slots that are not opened yet on the map, but this is where you do your factory purchases, and it'll tell you if you what your rating needs to be. So you need a rating of 10 to expand your garages. Wheat and barley. We don't have eggs on the map yet, so you don't need eggs. Funny thing is, there is a mod that does eggs, and we could add eggs in, but the mod would need some work. Now, down the road, if I can free up enough resources to get a few factories in, we might see the egg building come in. You guys, it's a placeable mod. You can go to marhu.net and you can mess with it, and he has sell points for the eggs too. It's just not going to work with our factories. I guess he did it for Easter. There's an egg dyeing place. So marhu.net, and it will be functional because it's a standalone thing. But I was going to toy with building that into the map and working the eggs into our factories that come out of it. So that could be a possibility, but I got to see what we can free up resource wise and shapes wise before we bring in anything else. Having trouble uploading to dedicated server. It will up it. Who are you using for a dedicated server is the first thing. Varied Games is has a 1.7 gigabyte maximum, so we're under that. If you're using any of the other ones, you might have to check what the server limit for a single file size is for the map. Very games, it will work. The problem is the connection time with Very Games. It's a big file, and if there's any interruption, I know people have had that happen in the past with Very Games, where interruption in uploading the file will crap it out, and it will have to start all over. Uh, some people have found it easier to do using the FTP protocol setup on which Very Games allows. It seems to go a lot easier with FTP setup than it does with their standard file upload because of huge file size, but it can definitely get up there. You're welcome, Wheels247. Glad you got it going. FS 2015 fan, get a copy of it. Gordon Leon Marks. You can click on the picture below. You'll notice that we had, and I didn't remove it from our map, but the chop straw, I disabled it because a lot of people don't like that it just hangs out forever around the fields. So you won't get the chop straw look. We're running a Lewis script that has it disabled just because it tends to annoy most of us after a while rather than just having it on the fields. It sprays everywhere. So I can get rid of it, but it won't make it anymore. Just notice that. Uh, so yeah, exclamation point PV17 V2 will get you the link or click on the picture below and you can download it from there as well. And we'll keep the updates in that link just like we have in the past as it goes through and much more, much more to come. You're getting invalid. Getting invalid what? Who? How? What? When? Oh, I don't know. All right. Any other questions out there? We'll hang out here for probably about another 40 minutes ish, I think, and then let you guys play. Man, this truck really stinks when it's not on roads. Did you notice that? I don't know what it is, but man, it's sensitive. And it's not all of them, but man, it just loves to wipe out. Slippery. So yeah, if we combine these factories into one fabric script factory, I can delete some of the models. I'm going to have to go around and that's the point we're at though with the shapes file. We need to get some shapes off the map in order to put shapes on the map and keep that file at a reasonable size. So after all's said and done, if we want to work in one or two of those new factories, uh, yeah, I don't use Chrome. I think Chrome is probably it shouldn't be invalid. It's virus free. Are the greenhouses still the same? The greenhouses are working in the same right now, yes. Been up, get to bed there, Ohio Beezer. Great to see you. Welcome to the stream. And if you have any questions, try to get back next Friday, I think, is when we'll be here again as you guys find more things out. Orchards are up the hill this way. Yes, we have orchards. They are running on the fabric script designed by our good friend out there. Oh gosh, why do this? Yeah, BDBSSB. I know his real name too, but I don't give it out. But yeah, he did the orchard work, and we just dropped him. I made a couple tweaks. He'll notice. Basically, capacity of seeds has been dropped because it was a thing where the capacity on seeds was so high compared to the others that we didn't want people on our server dropping 100,000 seeds in the beginning into a orchard when it uses so little of them, and we need then not having them for our gameplay. So I'm gonna go do some cross country here because this truck is just wonderful at doing cross country. And we'll find the orchards right up here. So right around the corner, you could see them. They're designed differently in the fabric script, but he did an awesome job with them. So we just put them in, and everything's pretty good. There you go. We've got actually quite a few pallets already produced here of our oranges ready to go, and it outputs them in pallets, and then they can be delivered. This does not have. You are going to definitely need is the trailer for moving these around and bringing them to the factories because They are too heavy. They create pallets. I don't think we have a silo output. It all pallets up here, but very good displays on how much water, and you can see he did a great job. So you have the three orchards right here in a row. Number one are oranges, dump compost or manure. Number two is our pears, I think it is. Yeah, pears and our seed.